Hey Sage, so the message I have for y'all is basically talking about it's time for you to cut ties with a lot of things, okay? It's time for you to start tapping into having more self-respect for yourself. And when I say that, I mean it's basically what you're tolerating from a lot of people. It's like your message is basically saying it's time for you to stop, tolerating disrespect. It's time for you to step into having more self-respect for yourself, meaning don't just allow people to say and do what they want and be caught up in a cycle of just having to deal with people where you're dealing with insecurity, you're dealing with jealousy, you're dealing with selfish people who just basically are for themselves, okay? And they're using you up, or they're not giving you the respect that you deserve. So it's like it's time to cut ties with a lot of things, because for some of y'all could be having a lot of conflict and disagreements, and this could be in like a romantic relationship, and for some of y'all it could even be you're just in abusive relationships. It could be or an abusive relationship. So you could be in multiple abusive relationships, your friendships, your romantic relationships, your platonic relationships. And the reason why they are abusive is because of what you're tolerating. You're tolerating people talking to you anyway, just taking your kindness for weakness, abusing, the things that you might give them. So it's just a lot of unhealthy things going on in your relationships, and it's time to clear up shop. I feel like this message is saying. And for some of y'all it could be even physical, abuse. Some of y'all are dealing with a person who is either physically abusive or they're going to get to that point because you're constantly having arguments or just a lot of dysfunction taking place. And it's like it's time for you to just stop dealing with this energy in general. That's what I feel like y'all message is saying. Stop tolerating stuff from people, these abusive relationships, how people are talking to you, emotional abuse, physical abuse, psychological. It's like, no, it's time for you to step into a new energy. It's time for you to have a rebirth, because you'll have the message of a new beginning is being encouraged. It's time for a new beginning. It is time for change, a new version of you. So if you've been the same person for years, you've been tolerating people, you've been in the same energy where you're tired of people just doing the same stuff, you're constantly having to argue, prove yourself to people. No, Sag, it's time for a new version of you. It's time for a rebirth. It's time for you to bring balance into your life. It's time for you to just yield on a lot of people and things. And you also have the message of it's time for you to be assertive. And I feel like part of you is hiding, or you have a mask. It's like you're hiding a part of you, and you no longer need to do that. It's time for you to be all of who you are. And that's why rebirth has come up for you in this message. It's like you need a new version of you, the real version of you. You don't have to hide parts of who you are. You need to just embrace it and just put it out there, and the right energy is going to come your way, the right people. You don't have to tolerate disrespect from people. And then you also have the message of it's time for a new perspective, okay? And that you need to slow down, Sage. Do not force any situations. Don't force relationships. Don't force, things to be a certain way. Okay, divine timing is at play, meaning everything is going to unfold for you the way that it needs to unfold. But you have to do your part by releasing and detaching from, just unhealthy and toxic environments. And this could be family too, family, friends, whomever. If it's hindering you from evolving and being the best version that you can be, detach, let it go. Then you also have the message of express all aspects of yourself. So maybe some of y'all are hiding certain aspects of yourself because you feel like you can't express all of yourself, or you'll be looked at differently. So you're being called to embrace your spirituality, whatever that is to you, however that looks to you. If your beliefs are different from your family, and you really want to be able to tap into that spirituality, then embrace that part of you, because that's who you are born to be. Especially if you know that in your heart you want to reveal and just speak on a lot of different things. Do that. Let go of anything weighing you down, Sag. You do not have to hold on to anything that's weighing you down. It is not worth it, okay? Because it only stops you from rebirthing. It only stops you from being the best version of yourself. You know, don't hold on to things that need to be let go of. Drop the weight. Change your perspective. Also, pay attention to your perspective. You know, what are you thinking? What is your thoughts in terms of relationships? Do you feel like, you know, maybe you can't meet people, so you have to tolerate certain people? Like, what are your beliefs? Just change your perspective on a lot of things, you know, and look into letting that be your main focus and intention, Sag, and a lot of things is going to unfold for you naturally. Like, you'll get to feel more free, because maybe some of y'all don't feel like y'all are free completely because you aren't able to express your who you are, the fullness of yourself. So be assertive, speak your truth, don't hold back, take off the mask, okay? And let go of these toxic relationships and people, okay? In your messages, you are special, okay? So if you are different and you do things different, that's just who you are. You were born that way. You are a unique individual. So you need to realize, Sage, that you are a unique, one-of-a-kind person. So when you start to embrace that, because that's your true self, that's letting go of this mask, taking this mask off, is when you realize that you are a unique, one-of-a-kind person. And you might know that, but you probably want other people to see that. But no, it's just time for you to see that, time for you to own that, time for you to step into your power, and time for you to switch up your energy, your surroundings, and be in the energy of supportive, loving people that's going to accept you, rock with you, and yeah, just get you 100%. And that is your message. Peace.